And then also wasn't Rebecca Chambers in Resident Evil Zero, so she was doing her own thing where she like at the end of that she got to the mansion, right?
Right, Billy
Yeah. That's
Cohen.
how like she came
Yeah.
into the mansion.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
like so it's like the Alpha team, and then from the Alpha team, like a few of them got killed, I guess, except for Barry, Joe, Wesker, and
Vickers.
Yeah.
yeah.
Vickers. The coward Vickers.
Yeah. He's like, oh shit, I'm out of here.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
And then the which one is the original? Which one is the canon ending or whatever? Like
For
canon
part one.
story? Because I know that in part one,
The canon
So there's, like,
story
three
is Jill's story when you play Jill's main game. Like she's the
Okay.
one who goes through all that shit.
okay, I know that in part two, Claire is the canon one.
Jill
the-
Sandwich is canon. Like Barry saying that.
So Jill's story is canon in the first one.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I was
like
playing
that's
Chris.
the way you're supposed to play it, whatever.
Oh, that's true. Because she has like all the like she was the lock pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She opened the doors and all
She
that
was like
stuff.
the easy mode compared to Chris.
Yeah. You got a taste of what's coming up.
Oh yeah.
True.
We're streaming and
Oh.
recording, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
perfect. I was like, we should talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
I
There
started
you go.
recording like halfway through the Resident Evil talk, so I didn't get through
Okay.
the whole thing.
You got PC and then put the hot girl talk on there.
And not even the hot girl talk.
No.
I started recording late.
Okay. We could use that.
We streaming though. We streaming.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the new episode of the Pulling D's podcast. We're actually recording live on Twitch right now, but we're gonna post this up on YouTube later on, and a podcast version of it later on also. So this is where we take a trip to Smack City and talk about some pop culture. Everybody's still quarantined up in this bitch. I'm your host, Big L. With me as always.
It's Freddy Diablo.
And it's me, it's DJ Ernie B.
Oh yeah.
That's that hip hop flavor.
You.
So what's going on, guys?
Oh man.
Quarantine life.
That quarantine life, that
Quarantine.
indoor life.
The indoor. Well, we should have some more entertainment because another streaming service just premiered his announced his premiere date.
Another streaming service?
Another one.
Yes. HBO Max.
What?
Even though they already have HBO Now and HBO Go,
HBO Go. Yeah. What's the difference with this one?
Yeah.
now they're gonna have HBO Max.
Extreme Sports.
Yeah.
What?
But no, what would you say, Ernie?
No, is it? But why?
Oh, who
Three
knows?
streaming channels.
Ugh.
Like
Is
they're
this
gonna
why you
have.
subscribe to all of them?
It's pretty much just it's ridiculous.
Get a free
They all
HBO
breaking up the
t-shirt.
properties now. They got Friends now, I think. HBO
Oh.
Max. Yeah.
Oh.
And now they got all the DC Universe stuff that was supposed to be like DC Universe, but it's all on HBO Max now.
DC
all the
gave up.
movies. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Like you know how DC Universe with another streaming service came out and it was like, oh, we're gonna have all the DC animated movies and the live action stuff and the shows.
Yeah.
But then like you find out they don't have all the anime stuff. They don't have none of the CW shows.
Oh.
They don't have Smallville or nothing like that. So it's like, what was the point of you? So I think HBO Max is getting all that, and and some shows they have already, like Doom Patrol, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Damn.
This
So
gets fired to the whole rumor about DC shutting down.
Well, at least shutting that Disney Universe stuff down because the Harley Quinn cartoon is they'll have like reruns playing on Sci-Fi now.
Oh wow!
So it's
I've
like
been wanting to watch that show too.
that's pretty good, man.
I want to check
I
out
like
Black
it.
Catwoman.
Yeah. They already started the second season. On
Yeah,
that.
I'm hearing good things about it.
Nice.
So you know who was back in the news when that HBO Max got announced, right? The Snyder Cut guys. They all came out full force.
Here we go. This is finally it. They're gonna release it in HBO
like,
Max.
They were like,
Exclusive.
nope. There's no announcement for the Snyder Cut.
Don't worry, guys.
The story
You'll
of
get your
their
cut.
whole movement right there.
They're too busy marching in Washington.
Yeah. About this hoax, this big old hoax.
This old hoax made to keep us indoors.
But it's funny because you guys are like that. I was reading some of their tweets and they're like, "Oh, you guys will get more subscribers if you put the Snyder Cut out." And they're like,
Of course they will get subscribers if they put it out.
yeah.
The thing is, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's why I really think Zack Snyder is just dragging this as long as he can for some reason. I don't
Yeah.
know why he's doing it.
I think he's probably trying to get it, trying to get his cut.
He's
You know what I
filming
mean?
it
Like
right now.
trying to put it all together, and it's not enough.
Like, nah, bro. Like you had plenty of chances to show us what you got.
Yeah.
It's like,
Batman v
It's like-
Superman was supposed to be his premiere thing.
yo, Batman versus Superman was supposed to be like the blockbuster hit. That I don't know how you failed. You failed Batman versus Superman. I really don't know how you did that. I really understand that.
Yeah, I remember that night we went to watch Batman v Superman. There was a
Yeah.
guy sitting next to me that when they started revealing all the other Justice League characters, he
Yeah.
turns to me and he goes, "There's Justice League."
Yeah. He's probably a Snyder Cut fan, huh?
Yeah, probably now he's like, "The Snyder Cut is coming, HBO Max."
Yo, a bunch of computer files that they happen to have.
With the hero logos.
Yeah. I guess Alexis was working on the trademarks already.
Yeah. He was gonna be the Nick Fury.
It's all about brand, guys. It's you gotta sell some flat tummy tea on fucking Instagram. All right.
I was thinking about getting a team together. You see?
Oh,
Is that your
man.
Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my Snyder Luther.
I see.
Yo, people were saying too, like, they were like, "Oh, that's not even the real Luthor." And I was like, they were emphasizing that was the son, like he was a junior, and
Mhm.
his
remember
dad's
that.
supposed to be like the real Lex Luthor or whatever. And I was like,
That was a
I'm
joke.
like, if you still gotta explain that after we watched the movie, I was like, nah.
Exactly. If they have to
Yeah.
explain that without just showing us,
yeah,
then they failed.
that's like, oh, they really thought this version of Luthor was gonna be like a thing. I guess I don't know.
Nah, they had to shave his head. Why they shave his head at the end then? If that's
Yeah.
supposed to be Junior.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe he want to be like Dad.
Maybe. Or maybe
I'll
that's
be
the
more like you, Dad.
jail thing that they do to you when you go to jail in Gotham. They shave your head.
No, they didn't like lose his hair because of that. When he brought back, what's his name, Doomsday. When he brought,
Plot
I think he like
regulation.
lost his hair or something.
Really? I thought he shaved it off in jail.
I don't remember. I'm just assuming.
I assumed he didn't shave it off. I thought it was just like the guards that did it. It was like, you're in jail now. You can't have hair.
Gotcha. Like I remember watching the movie. I watched the first movie the first time, and then I loved it.
Yeah.
I really loved it, and then it became a thing where it was like, this movie sucks. It's just the scene that I like, and it's when Batman and Superman are fighting. That's it.
Yeah.
It became from like, oh, I loved it, to I only like this one scene. That's it. It's not even
Yeah,
the
like,
final scene.
As soon as Superman
It's
died,
like-
I knew I didn't like that movie.
Like
Yeah.
the only reason I like the movie is because the warehouse scene. And
The
that's
warehouse
yeah,
scene,
that
that was the
really
best scene.
saved the movie
That
for
scene
me.
was dope.
And I was like, yo. And they fucked
Yeah,
that
for
up anyway.
Yeah.
They give us a new Batman anyway.
Yeah. I still don't
And
know.
then also like Batman was cool, but he was kind of the villain in a sense, like
Yeah, that's the thing that he took it over the top.
Yeah.
Like he went Stallone
like-
on it. Like
He was a
yeah.
brobat.
yeah.
Nah, like he should have eased up on like the shooting and the killing. And I'm like, yo, he just flipped
Yeah.
this guy's car over and just died. Yeah, that's Batman.
And in that gala that they were in, like Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne, when they were there talking to each other, they were basically like butting heads and breathing hard at each other's faces.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
think you know, and I think I know.
I hear that Batman is a menace. Well, I hear that Superman is a terror.
All roared it up.
Yeah.
The roared it up rage. I'm gonna go home now and drag a tire.
Like, damn, that's what he does in the Batcave?
He wants to go old school apparently.
Yeah.
No,
A
I'm going
tire.
old school.
Alfred's like, you have millions of dollars, right? You could, like, get the most craziest equipment.
Yeah. Fitness technology came a long way since dragging tires.
You don't have to get a tractor wheel and tie a rope to it and push it down the stairs and pull it back up.
You can afford a Bowflex.
Yeah.
Really?
At least a Peloton, man.
Or an
Maybe
Nordic
get
Track or
those
something.
bikes. Alfred's just looking at him like, you acting like a poor right now, Mr. Wayne.
Mr. Wayne, that's how you get strong in prison. That's your prison Batman.
Man.
That's how the Batman of Azor Ahai, whatever that weird Batman name, gets strong.
You're high.
That purple and red Batman.
Yeah. Oh man. But they're gonna have Justice League Dark coming out on HBO Max, so looking forward to
Wow.
that. J.J. Abrams is producing it from his little deal that he signed with HBO Max a couple months ago. So
That would make me want a subscription to HBO Max, depending on how that turns out.
all I'm saying is use the guy you already got a Constantine and this guy Matt Ryan from
The WB guy?
Yeah, well he's on WB now, but he has his own show on NBC a few years back. But
I remember.
he's perfect for Constantine.
yeah.
Constantine, as we say in the States.
Constantine.
Yeah, they say Constantine in over there across the pond.
Oh.
Oh, I thought Constantine was like the Frankenstein version of Constantine. Like an alternate
Just
version
some,
of Frankenstein.
Some fucked up magician just made out of dead body parts.
Yeah. Like Frankencastle.
Yeah, what the fuck they were thinking with that?
I heard that was actually
What-
really good.
Yeah. Well, they actually have an Agent Frankenstein on the Justice League Dark, so that should be interesting.
That's pretty
If they
funny.
see if they do that.
That's like the direction the Dark Universe is going to.
Yo, did you watch The Mummy with Tom Cruise?
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah, I watched it the other day, just like
Oh.
on some whatever, and I was just like, man, they really tried to make this like a franchise thing.
Was at least that Nick Miller guy good in that movie?
Oh yeah, he was great because he was like
Okay.
the comic relief, so that was like he's perfect for that role. Like,
I like that guy.
you know,
Jake
it's
Jones.
a whole thing too. Like it throws you like these little curveballs here and there, trying to shock you or whatever. But you're like, I can see this coming like a mile away.
Yeah.
But then you have like Russell Crowe as like the Nick Fury of the universe. Like he's Dr. Jekyll.
God, he sings.
So yeah, so they have a whole scene of him just becoming Mr. Hyde for no reason in a Mummy movie.
Ugh.
Oh.
Yeah,
Let's
so
go. I'm transforming.
yeah, it was just a
To
wasted
set up
opportunity.
another movie.
Yeah, like the Invisible Man or some bullshit.
Frankenstein's gonna be like their Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
They had Johnny Depp as the Invisible Man.
So he
Oh.
basically
Already
wasn't
set
gonna be
up.
in any of the movies.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
what.
It was like set up before the Mummy came out. They had like all the actors that was gonna do like all the roles. There was gonna be a Bride of Frankenstein, but I forgot who it was.
Angelina Jolie.
Oh yeah, Angelina Jolie was supposed to be the Bride of Frankenstein. That dude from No Country for Old Men, I forgot his name. He's gonna be the Wolfman.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah, there you go. Javier Bardem. So they had all this planned out, but then like the Mummy flopped, and they're like, all right.
What about the movie that just came out recently, The Invisible Man? Is this connected to that?
No, because like it's his own thing. So
Yeah. That's a remake of the Kevin Bacon movie.
Which one? What was that called?
Hollow
Shit,
Man.
it was
Hollow Man. There you go.
I used to like
That
that
was
movie.
actually a
That
good
movie was
movie.
actually really
me
good.
too.
Yo, it was a strange time in Kevin Bacon's career that he started doing all these weird like
Yeah, he was in a lot of
horror
movies at that
films.
time.
Yeah.
He did some shit, Stir of Echoes.
Derek
Remember
was.
that?
I was gonna
Yeah,
say that. I
that was a
love that
good one
movie.
too.
Yeah, that one was pretty dope. It doesn't get that much love anymore. I don't know why.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about Kevin Bacon more often.
Well, he's a national treasure.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's
I
true.
mean, that game 50 Degrees of Kevin Bacon is there for a reason.
Yeah.
We know him somehow.
He came out like for the coronavirus thing. His thing was the 6 separations from Kevin Bacon. Like, like just stay away from me.
That's great. Yeah, he's a national treasure.
So yeah, Justice League Dark. They already got a Swamp Thing too. I think Swamp Thing's gonna be like their Hulk, probably. I don't know.
Swamp Thing.
Yeah, because they already have a Swamp Thing from the DC Universe show that they just
Right,
canceled.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
I was gonna say.
They like
They had a whole
canceled it
se-
before it even aired or something like that.
No, they aired the season, but they just
Okay.
canceled after they dropped the season. They just canceled it, which was mad weird. I think they canceled it on the day they dropped it. They put the show on DC Universe, and they dropped it the day after. I'm not sure.
I'm telling you, nobody likes swamp monsters.
But then everybody loved the first season. I heard the first season's real good.
Yeah, I heard
But-
that too.
I gotta check it out.
You think he's more like their Groot instead of Hulk?
Yeah, he could be that too, because he's like does the green thing too. Like he's one with the green.
I could see him more as like a mystical, magical type Hulk.
Yeah,
because I imagine. Shit. I forgot what I was thinking. I was thinking of something else. I was thinking of the whole the mummy thing, but
Frankenstein.
yeah, I was gonna say like not Frankenstein, but I think Dr. Jekyll would be more like their Hulk or something. But that's not connected
Okay,
to
yeah,
DC.
Dr. Jekyll's more a Hulk.
like he was in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh yeah, exactly. Which I think is an underrated movie. I like that movie.
I keep hearing that movie is trash.
Yo,
Nice.
Sean Connery retired because of that movie.
I know he made so many bad decisions. He was gonna be in Lord of the Rings. He was gonna be.
Yeah, he was in Lord of the Rings because he didn't get it. He said,
Oh,
"I don't get it."
yeah.
I don't understand this.
I don't understand. This makes no sense.
Why are they men but small?
Thou shalt not pass.
Yeah. Oh, my God, that would be so epic. With Sean Connery,
Don't pass, woman, or you get the back of my hand.
Oh man, where do you think you're going? So why do you like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Ernie?
No, you know what it was? I like that it was something. It was different. I just thought it was a cool idea. Like the movie's trash. The movie sucks. But
Yeah.
I definitely have the comic, the graphic
Yeah,
novel.
me too. Yeah,
It's like it's a good story. It's just the movie just sucks.
Okay.
I actually went to see it. I actually went to see it in theaters because I was just
Yeah,
like,
me
Oh
too.
wow.
yeah, 'cause I was like, oh, superhero movie. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go support.
Yeah, it was at the time
I
where
like
you
it.
had to watch superhero movies in order for them to become big.
Yeah. And we saw a lot of bad ones
Yeah.
because of that.
I remember we went to watch Batman Begins, and I thought that was
Yeah.
gonna suck. When we came on, and I looked and I was like, "Yo, that movie was really good."
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty dope, man. Like straight off the bat, like him
Yeah.
fighting
pun intended.
people and.
What bothered me about Batman Begins was it was a lot of short. The cuts of the fight scenes were like
Oh,
too,
yeah.
like cut after cut after cut, and it was kind of like it just
They had
kind
the
of
same
give me a headache.
cinematographer as Resident Evil 2, the movie.
What happened?
They had the same cinematographer as the Resident Evil 2 movie.
Yeah.
That was a
Okay.
joke.
Oh
But that movie had
Oh.
like a really bad shaky camera.
yeah. Yeah. So like
Exactly.
that gave me like headaches, and I couldn't stand it.
It's that whole shaky cam.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Dark
Trying to
Knight.
push him.
I like when he fought the ninjas.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Frick.
Yeah. No, Batman Begins is they completely turned the franchise around after
Yeah.
Yeah. Second best Batman movie, that trilogy.
that. True.
Yeah.
Very true. I don't know, Batman Begins is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was something missing for Batman Begins, I think, to make it like a great Batman.
Yeah. Him turning his head.
Huh?
Him turning his head.
Oh,
I think also like I get that it was Scarecrow and Ra's al Ghul, but like to people who don't know who they are, like it didn't mean anything to them. So I think that's why. Like I feel like I knew who they were, but at the same time I felt like they weren't somebody. It was too out of the norm. Like it wasn't Joker, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it wasn't
Yeah.
Penguin.
Not
or
familiar
Riddler.
enemies.
Yeah,
Or
so
not
it was
popular
like
enemies.
so it was kind of like it threw you off a little bit. I don't know.
who would you want to like if you had the chance to be like, all right, this is gonna be the villain of Batman Begins?
I always say, well, I love the Riddler, so
Yeah,
I always
Riddler
go
would be a
for
good
that,
first villain.
yeah, I can see that working out.
and it works out like psychological. The whole, detective Batman.
Yeah,
At least that would be that part of him instead of
Like Riddler plus another villain, like Two-Face or something.
no. Like I wouldn't mind if it was already like because Ra's al Ghul, like I get the thing is I get what happened, so it's like it
Yeah.
made sense, but it's just you know what I mean. I don't know. I guess also for it to be the beginning, the whole, the first one,
Yeah.
like it's perfect sense to just have Ra's al Ghul. But I just felt like it wasn't someone who I was like too familiar with. I knew of him and I knew about the story and all that, but it was just I don't know. I just felt like I don't know. It wasn't. It was too like it wasn't the norm. So yeah.
I think it would have worked with like Ra's al Ghul and the Riddler, like having him like Riddler just
That'd be
fucking
cool.
shit.
See, like I like the Scarecrow. I definitely get that
Yeah.
part of the, his whole story and shit like that. But I don't know. I just felt like it was not my favorite. Those two villains are not my favorite two villains. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what made me it threw me off a little bit. But it's not a bad movie. I'm just saying the only thing that I complained about was the cuts of the
Yeah.
action scenes were just too fast, too edited.
Yeah, they were trying to make it work.
Yeah.
Like the whole
Agreed.
close-up thing, like we open our faces.
I always like Ra's al Ghul as a villain, but Scarecrow, I always felt like was like a B-lister in the Batman villain list.
Nah,
Exactly.
he could have been good. They should have gave him more to do. I think.
Yeah.
Like-
The actor who played him was cool though. Like that scene where Batman was in the roof of the mental hospital. They were like, "Who is that?" And you see Scarecrow looking up, going, "It's the Batman."
That was a
Like-
good part.
Yeah, like the Prince.
Yeah, that guy's a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Behind us.
He actually auditioned to be Bruce Wayne.
Batman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But then Christian Bale walked in with this.
Pretty much that's how he got it. That face got it. Christian Bale the Batman role.
It doesn't matter what you say, but what you do that makes you who you are.
I don't know how people never thought about having a voice modifier for the Batman voice. So they
Yeah,
didn't have to go through
that's
that
one of the
shit.
things that worked with the Ben Affleck Batman.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go back to like the guys doing their tough growling voice.
Yeah.
Or let's just modernize Batman and get like a shield for his mouth, because if I'm a criminal, first place to shoot is gonna be his face.
Just I'm hitting something.
Yeah, that's an easy target. He's white too, so it's like stands out in the dark.
There's that joke that is like Batman had to put that part open so that the cops know that he's white.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah,
once
don't
you
shoot
see,
me.
you see like a tan on Bruce Wayne over here.
I mean, that's probably why they need to cover the face of like the Batman Beyond suit
Yeah.
because he's like
Mhm.
Except
racial
for his teeth.
tensions weren't there yet. race relations are still horrible. They got better in the future.
Finally,
He can wear the full mask.
in the future with flying cars and ink people, they finally got over race.
Hey, Batman could be black. He could be white. Who knows?
Yeah. He
He
has
moves on in
rockets
society.
in the bottom of his boots. Let's forget about his skin color.
He's out beating up lunatics right now.
By the way, Batman Beyond, underrated show, man.
It's true.
He gets his flowers sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Is that on DC Universe?
Probably.
Okay.
It should be like it should. It's
I
like one
would
of
put it in DC Universe.
yeah.
Had
I
a
think they
dope
got
theme song.
most of the animated shows on there, but I'm not sure. I don't have it, so
Okay.
couldn't tell you.
Mm.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be the last steps for like the DC Universe streaming that to be finished.
Probably just gonna be all moved to HBO Max.
Yeah, I mean they already got the Joker movie on there. When's gonna premiere?
First, it's gonna be HBO Max / DC Universe, then HBO Max DC, then
Yeah.
HBO Max.
Yeah. Just Warner Brothers. Just come on, Warner Brothers.
Yeah. HBO WB.
Like you guys gonna give us Marvel movies yet? You just Warner Brothers stuff now.
We're still waiting for their Avengers movie.
Even like the movies that made like $1 billion, like Aquaman. It's like, really? That made $1 billion?
I fell asleep watching Aquaman.
Son,
Never watched it.
yeah. Still?
And Amber Heard was in that movie. So I wasn't
People
even like
petitioning
afraid to
to-
stay awake.
She might cut you. She might cut you if you stare at her too long.
Yeah,
That's why Freddie closes his eyes. He's
Yeah,
first.
she's insane.
that's true. She always
Yeah.
finds me whenever I hide under my mattress.
Oh,
Like when we're done, I'm
man.
gonna unlock my door and hide under my mattress. She's gonna pull me out and hurt me. Nothing sexual.
We're gonna have to throw in Amanda Heard in a few episodes just to get her. Just cause it's
Have her
crazy.
as a guest.
Yeah.
Unlock your door. I'm coming.
Yeah. It'll be the perfect time because she can't be here with us.
You guys don't
You
understand.
can't
She doesn't
function.
care about the quarantine. Ah!
It's- Be all right. Get your lungs full of blood now. Put on this big show, big shot. He's got cough. Cough some blood.
I'm bringing my dagger, so you better stick your feet out the bed. Clack.
Oh. But HBO Max should be. They're gonna have a new Looney Tunes on there.
And
Like a new animated Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Animaniacs?
No, Looney Tunes.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Like Bugs
animated.
Bunny. Yeah, it's animated. It's got Bugs Bunny. The cowboy.
Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam. Yeah. I couldn't remember his name because I was like, that's what they were showing in the trailers. Like those two going at it, but it's like more modern. The art looks nice. Like the voice acting is good. So we gotta see how that goes.
Is it okay to have Yosemite Sam on the show? He's not gonna say anything like problematic.
Nah,
Did he
What
used to
did-
say some messed up shit?
nah. I
Maybe
don't
just
think
me.
Yosemite Sam. Surprisingly, I don't think he's been like. I would have heard
Nah.
something about him already.
I don't think so. I don't remember him saying anything problematic.
No, I think it's only like Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny. Like when they would go to like there's definitely one where it was like there's a little black guy with like freaking big red
Yeah,
lips and he's
yeah.
all like, like being all weird, like being all,
The
definitely
racist.
that because I remember watching it because I had a VHS tape of that
Yeah.
and I know
Oh,
that was like real.
Oh yeah. If you had any of the Looney Tunes on VHS, you're gonna see some problematic shit
Oh,
on
yeah.
there. Like I was watching it as a kid, and I was like, man, that's even back then. I was like, man, that's racist.
Before I knew what racism was, I was like,
Yeah.
Something in my gut tells me this doesn't feel
Yeah.
right.
I mean, does simply black people?
I know what that's supposed to be, but that's just not right.
Songs of the South was different when you were little. When now you watch
Yeah.
that shit now, you're like, yo.
Yo, that's racist.
Sure.
But you got most of those episodes on your Plex, right?
Yeah.
Right, Fred?
I think I have all the Looney Tunes skits on my Plex.
Yeah, I
I
gotta
just
check
gotta
that
like
out.
put them in order. I want to separate them from like the racist ones to like the safe ones.
It's
Yeah, they have a
showing my kids
lot
and
of
I'm
the
like, hey,
racist
yo,
ones.
whoa, what's going on here?
Oof. I can make a very uncomfortable playlist.
It's- Man, I'm not trying to have that conversation yet, kids. I think that's why they bring the Looney Tunes back too, because they're like, all right, let's give them like a modern twist and
Yeah, that'd be cool.
like good characters for kids to watch. Because who didn't love Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck and all those characters?
Yeah.
And I heard they bring Animaniacs back too.
Yeah,
Through
Netflix.
Netflix, right?
Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
With the
sounds
original
interesting.
cast.
I could still watch
Yeah.
Animaniacs. That show holds up.
Oh hell yeah.
Holy crap, that show is funny.
Like my kids love it every time I go into like a song and dance routine.
Yep. Or Pinky and the Brain, that's another one that still holds up.
Yeah. They'll be back on that Animaniac show too.
Oh,
Being the
yes.
brain.
There's so much shit. There's so many things from anime that are great. The what is it? The dog and the little girl.
Yeah.
Rita
The
and Rump.
squirrel.
Huh?
Rita
squirrel.
and
Yeah.
Rump.
No, well, that's the dog and the cat.
Yeah.
But there's one where it's like a dog and a little girl. The little girl would just like go.
Oh,
The dog saves him.
Mindy or something like that.
Yeah, Mindy
Yeah.
and something. There's that one. There's the good feathers.
I used to love Good Feathers.
Those are my favorite ones.
Am I a joke to you?
That Joe Pesci bird.
Yeah. What are you trying to say?
She's making me sit on this egg all day.
Oh man. Damn.
And then Chicken Boo, the guy who dressed up like it was a chicken that would dress up like a man.
You wear a disguise to look like human guys, but you're not a man. You're a chicken boo.
Chicken Boo.
Oh.
The teenage girl that would go crazy, like if like you like got her upset or whatever.
Katie Kaboom.
Huh?
Katie Kaboom or something like that.
Yeah, yo, damn.
Yeah.
I have it on my Plex, so I have it in my playlist to watch at random.
Yeah. Oh.
And that's what I do while I'm working, just watching all my shows.
Nice.
Okay.
So I know like all the Animaniacs shit. I gotta download Tiny Toons, but that's just so hard to find.
Yeah, Tiny Toons.
Mm-hmm.
Love time.
Oh. I gotta try that. The playlist, just throw random shit on there and see what comes up.
Yeah, that for me. I love doing that. Just like something random that you've never seen before comes up, and it becomes like your favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
That's big.
I'm planning on binging Scrubs next.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
I've been hearing the podcast with Donna Faison and Zach
Right,
Braff.
I gotta listen to that podcast.
Yeah, that's just great.
I
That's
just gotta
just
take
so
the train to listen to it.
awesome. Well, I listen to my podcast now every time I take a shower. So
Oh, that's a good idea.
yes, there's nothing else. Switch it up a bit.
That's true. I have a tablet in my shower though, so I just watch YouTube when I'm taking a shower.
Oh, you're on some next level shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
man.
living in 2023. Wait, that's not very far from now.
Do you have like in a plastic bag, Ziploc
Yeah.
bag while you're watching it? Okay.
Not a Ziploc bag. It's like an actual waterproof case for the
Oh,
tablet,
okay.
That's dope.
and I have it like permanently connected to a charger, so I don't have to like take it out all the time and charge it.
Nice.
And the charger cable on the tablet side is covered enough so that I won't get electrocuted or anything like that.
Smart. Damn, I might have to try something like that soon.
When you live alone like that, that's all you have to think about. How can I make my life more lazy.
Like I don't want to be alone with my thoughts.
Yeah.
Let me just.
How can I
Just
be
have to-
entertained when I'm doing the most minuscule thing?
Yeah. I mean, that's how you got this. You can't sit on the train anymore. I'm going to work. Nobody's doing that.
I have a tablet by my sink, so when I wash my dishes, I have something to watch.
Yeah, so you're going all out.
Yeah.
You still have the tablet in front of your bed too, or something and stuff.
I have a tablet on my shirt, so like if I'm not looking at the TV and I'm looking down, there's like a tablet there, then I can watch whatever I want.
Just gaining that 5G radiation from all the TVs.
It's all over the place. I have tablets in my jar, so like when I open the jars, the tablet's in there, and I could just like watch something.
It's a hotbed of 5G activity in your house.
Yeah,
Already.
yeah, it's hot in here. I don't need heaters.
Or your skin cells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In December, I
That's
left
how they get
a cube of ice on top of my freezer, and it melted.
Yeah.
It was very hot.
That's how they got you all calm when the government's taking over, Freddie. You
Yeah.
didn't know that? All that 5G you got around the house.
Once I'm nice and roasted, they're gonna come open my door, take me out, and put me in a FEMA camp, and feed me
So the
low
medical
calorie
staff.
so I could fall in line with their plan to make me. I don't
Who
know. Yo,
knows?
conspiracy theories are hard, bro.
Yeah. Yo. I feel us three could come up with some crazy shit and
Yeah.
have it pop.
I was on my way to one.
Yeah.
Probably have a
I was
listener right now like, go on.
Yeah. I was going for the cannibal angle. They
Oh.
feed you to like the medical staff or whatever,
Oh, okay.
but they infect you with corona
Hmm.
and then they spread it out.
Yeah. That's what it is.
So when the medical staff take a shit and like all the shit particles, like the healthy particles that the fish eat,
There you
go
go.
into the fish bodies, and we eat the fish, and then we get coronavirus.
Because farting is a way to spread coronavirus now. You heard?
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's like-
Farting. I heard mosquitoes too.
Shit.
I was always concerned about mosquitoes, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially the
You know
AIDS
what they got?
mosquitoes.
Yeah,
You get some AIDS. You get some fucking
exactly.
herpes or some shit. Who knows? You know that you
Exactly.
get mosquitoes.
Or just a regular blood transfusion by a fat mosquito.
That's why I hate to get bit.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the worst.
I'd hardly get bitten by mosquitoes unless there's like a lot of mosquitoes around. So I feel like pretty lucky,
I
especially
got
like
that sweet blood.
in other
They
countries.
like my
Yeah,
shit.
I have nasty blood.
Just- oh man, I wanted to see something. Anybody here knows their blood type?
B.
Oh yeah, B.
I don't know
Yeah.
why I know.
Yeah, I forgot
No.
mine's.
I know specifically because I asked for the result. I wanted to know because at school, like they were like, I learned about blood and all this other shit,
Yeah,
and that
okay.
always the universal donor and this and that. So I was just like, oh, I want to know what it was, and that's how I know.
All I know is that if you put my blood next to fire, the blood like jumps.
Oh man, you probably had to antibody for the corona.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, apparently a lot of us do.
We would never know.
We'll never know.
So it's something new though. You
Yeah.
think some of this it's just bullshit, or they're just saying anything now? Because like, oh, you get it through your eyes. Now you get
Yeah,
it
there's
through
a lot of
farts.
speculation going
I
on.
don't believe anything anymore. So
You just want your freedom back?
no, because like, what was it?
Yeah,
saw
I
some
believe
video
in my
earlier
isolation.
There was like the news be like, and there's like a lady that's like talking to the press, and she's like, like this is a very dangerous virus, so don't catch it, but it's okay to catch it because then your immunity, your immune system has to get used to it. So catch it, but don't catch it. So it's like,
Yeah,
so it's all that, and it's like, this is why I hate everyone.
yeah.
Just, and thank you that I don't have to go outside and talk to anyone.
Yeah. Like I don't mind it because I'm like just like I just don't want to worry about shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want to catch that.
I'd rather stay home than just be worried about getting a disease.
Yeah.
Right?
Because even if like you don't believe in it, like I don't know, I just feel like you cannot believe that there is that there you can't not believe that it's a thing. You know, like it's a thing, and we're all being cautious to be cautious. But I think they're trying to prove a point, and it's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But they would never know because there's nothing to prove that what they're saying is wrong.
Yeah.
You know, at least not to them, because they're just gonna find something to like back up their decision or their way of thinking. That's the thing about this whole thing. That's what is like bothers me when even talking to people about that, because it's like they're gonna think the people who think those conspiracies is like you set your mind, bro. Like I'm not gonna change it. I don't know what else to tell you. And then
yeah.
the fact that you brought it up means that you are itching to talk about it. So it's like I'm not gonna feed to that shit. So leave me alone.
Yeah, who I'm gonna get today? Man, I have no problems like with people's theories or whatever. It's just if you don't agree with them, you're part of the problem. Like
Exactly.
that's when they like, oh, you're sheeple or whatever that bullshit is. I'm like,
You're a
I
sheep.
might do
You
that.
should be doing something.
Yeah, like I don't know enough about the situation. I'm not a medical guy.
Yeah.
I'm just going with the flow, man. Like,
But even the act, this is how I see it. Is like even the act of thinking to yourself, let me tell the world what I think. You know what I mean? It's narcissistic, and it's like you know what I mean? Like it's whatever, because it's like we all post shit, whatever. We all post
yeah,
online and stuff like that. But
yeah,
it's that idea, that just the idea of being like, I need to tell the world what I believe, and they have to agree with me, and if they don't agree with me, they're part of the problem. Like it's that like it's almost sociopathic, like it's just they want people to get on their side,
Yeah.
and anybody else is the enemy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because it's like if you really just like me, I don't know. Like I'm not saying what I do is right, but like me, that I don't know what to believe. I don't post anything about it. I don't know anything. I don't know. I don't want to post something and then be told, "Oh, this is dumb," and blah blah blah, and just start some argument with somebody that
yeah.
that I fucking worked with, 4 years ago, and it's like, dude, I don't even fucking talk to you. Like I don't care your opinion. I don't give a shit about your opinion. You're a friend of a friend's a brother's roommate. Like, why are we even friends on Facebook? Like, it's like
You're getting mad specific there, Ernie.
Just tell us who you're talking about after the podcast is done.
Like you've been through this already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
Nah, I hear you. Yeah, nah, it's true though.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you're like, I don't know enough.
Yeah, I personally don't know enough to like give my opinion about it, so I try not to.
Yeah.
And this is like I don't want to be. I don't know. I just don't want to look like an asshole. So it's like fuck that. Just whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post pictures of my dog.
There you go. In the news,
Better
they
stay
say
inside.
you should wear a mask when you go outside. I'm going to wear a mask when I go outside.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Wear a cool mask.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like a regular blue one, but I want to draw something on it. But I'm afraid I'll like get high from the fumes of the marker. I'll be with the mask driving like,
Just put a coffee filter on it, so it won't be too bad.
Oh yeah. That's fine. I'll just clean it with some turpentine.
I got my fancy N95 mask here.
Oh.
Like I'm going to a construction site or a hospital.
That's the one with like that little breather thing in the middle?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, those are the cool.
Yeah.
I just got a ninja mask.
That'll work, I guess.
I just roll up a paper towel and put it in my mouth.
Maybe getting me to
the outside down.
And then put a sock over it.
You gotta cover your nose too.
Take roll of tissues and put it in my nose.
Uh,
Put the whole tissue like one side out and one side both in there.
The same tissue like rolled up like a U.
Exactly. And then just have the rest like that.
it'll be like a trendy nose ring.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
Style of the
hey, look
future.
at my nose ring, man.
Every time you talk, it goes like that.
When I sneeze, it flies out.
No!
Better pay no mind to this.
Don't worry, I have the coronavirus. It's okay.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
While your booger tissue is just in the air.
With boogers all over my beard.
Mm.
Shit. So what else we were talking about?
We're talking about like DC Universe before boogers
No, well,
and
like,
farts.
we had some-
and-
What other topics besides that?
We can talk about who's hotter Resident Evil characters.
Oh right,
Oh, no,
Leon,
he recorded
Chris,
that already.
or-
Oh, I recorded that. Oh yeah.
No, we didn't record that.
Oh, the hot part.
Yeah, I recorded like that part after that we were talking about. I forgot.
God.
It was Resident Evil related, but not who's hotter. But I said Leon.
Leon
Ernie
got
said
the
Wesker.
K-pop. He got the K-pop thing going on.
You
Yeah,
bang
man.
on one eye.
Every time he gets scared, oh Jesus Christ!
Oh,
Wesker looks like he's a freak.
Oh, yeah. He definitely has a claw down there.
Yo, but how did he get that picture of Rebecca Chambers though?
Yo, that's
That's
fucking
the question.
creepy. That was before he got all those powers too.
Yeah. Well, she was wearing like some sort of like she looked mad young in that pic.
Yeah,
yeah, little short shorts or something, and
the basketball.
yeah.
Wesker. Mm-mm.
So like she's probably in a PE class and like in high school or some shit. And this dude just happened to get like her information or some shit. Why?
Maybe it was planned for her to end up in the mansion somehow. You know what I mean? Like with the whole Resident Evil Zero and all that stuff. Like maybe he sent her off on a mission that led her to the mansion. I don't know.
In a
Maybe,
way,
like,
that's
he
what
was-
it pretty much was.
Yeah, like she was the character that nothing bad's gonna happen to. You know what I mean? Like you already knew like maybe Wesker had things go a certain way, so she'll be like in the safe rooms all the time.
Yeah.
He wanted to smash that.
Yep.
He's wanted a romantic night at the mansion with some zombies.
Come look at my tyrant.
Yes. He's right here with like, would you want to be my queen in this new world of ours?
Look at the hunters.
Let me handle this.
Wait, don't open that door.
Oh,
You know you're a real Resident Evil fan if you're ravenous for Barry. Like if you fucking love Barry, you're a Resident
I
Evil
think
fan.
Barry does well in the gay community because Barry,
He's a bear.
Oh, he's a bear.
he'll be
Bear.
Barry.
Barry.
Oh, that was close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
That was straight sass he gave her right there with the Jill sandwich.
There's like a Easter egg in one of like the later Resident Evil games where you're playing as Jill, Claire and Barry's daughter, and Claire
Okay.
says something like in reference to a Jill sandwich, and his daughter says like, "Oh, he keeps saying that joke." I'm just like,
Wasn't there
yes.
something in like? Isn't there like an Easter egg in Resident Evil 2 or something that is like Joe's sandwiches or something like that?
Yeah, a store called Jill Sandwiches.
Yeah.
It's like the dad joke that never goes away.
And what was the other ones from Resident Evil 3? The guy in the train that dies. I forgot his name. Mikhail. Mikhail's hoagies or heroes or
Oh
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mikhail's burritos or something like that.
Yeah.
The Russian burritos.
Yeah,
That's something else.
Or
It's definitely
pierogies.
falafels or something like that.
Was it pierogies?
Pierogies.
I don't know what. I'm just naming.
Something that nobody eats.
Ethnic. Yeah,
Yeah.
something ethnic.
Schnitzels.
Haggis.
Oh man, I always think of how I met. So I married an ex-man because of haggis. They're Scottish. And
Haggis.
he goes to the butcher. You guys seen So I Married an Ex-Man?
Yeah, when it came
Yeah.
out though.
Yeah. Wait, like he goes to the butcher, which is the girl. I forgot her name, and he asks for haggis, and it's like I was like, what the hell is haggis? And it's like a part of I don't even know what that is. It's like a stomach or something.
Yeah, it's like meat or something boiled in sheep's stomach or something like that.
Yeah, it's gross.
And that's how you eat it.
Yeah.
Not even want to try that, bro. Shit sounds disgusting. So
Nope.
You
That.
won't say that when society has fallen apart and the
Hey.
fake coronavirus has taken over.
Yep.
You
then
have
we'll
no choice
talk.
but to eat haggis.
That should probably taste delicious after a while.
Yeah.
If you hold your breath, you'll be good.
Yeah, that movie was the start of Mike Myers' Scottish accent characters, right?
Yeah.
That's when
Oh,
he started going
yeah.
Scottish accent.
That movie is so
Man.
funny.
I gotta watch
Yeah,
that movie again.
if you can watch it again, watch it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's been a while since I saw it.
I think I have it on my Plex.
Sounds like a movie you have on your Plex.
I have a lot of weird movies on my Plex.
So we're gonna talk about that Dark Side of the Ring
Yeah.
episode.
Oh, shnikes.
So the latest episode, Dark Side of the Ring, was Dino Bravo. Dino Bravo is this Canadian. He's Italian, but he was like a French Canadian guy. Like, you know what I mean? Like in that territory.
Yeah.
And that guy was like their Hulk Hogan. He was like a promoter, and he was so big, everyone loved him, whatever. And so he was like, everything was fine, but then around the time that Vince McMahon went around to each territory and started being like, hey, I want to make this this a national thing, So I want to so he started like getting Hulk Hogan and Gene Okerlund and like all the stars of all these territories to put it in WWE. So these guys in Canada or Quebec, they were like Montreal, whatever. They specifically did not want to join the WWE, so eventually they had no choice. So Dino Bravo goes to WWE, but the thing is, there's that theory that Mr. McMahon, like, if you're not a star that he makes, like, he's gonna kind of shit on you, So right away he made Dino Bravo dye his hair blonde, and like as like a rib, like make him a blonde Canadian and whatever, and he just started losing to everybody, So he's like a jobber. So eventually, like, he got fired and joined. It seems like there's like a lot of like mafia people in Montreal, like whereas like they come from like Italian mafia and whatever and shit. And I guess he got caught up in being like the muscle for like a mafia guy, because it is like his uncle was somebody who was like a main mafia guy or whatever. So something happened where they it seemed like there was a specific delivery that he messed up, and like they didn't he didn't catch it in time, and the police caught it, and they lost like I think $500,000 or something like that. So he eventually got killed, but he was in his house sitting on his couch. He got shot in the stomach like 11 times, shot in the head like 9 times. And there was 2 different guns, but there was no sign of forced entry. So it's still a mystery. Like, it's still a mystery. Like, nobody knows what happened still. They don't know if it was a friend, like maybe a friend came in, or, like just let him in. He's like if Freddie number came through and was like, okay, yeah, come here, sit down on my couch, whatever. And then I know where you guys come. So stuff like that, or it's like they don't know if it's just one guy who used two different guns. It's all this bunch of stuff that is like nothing adds up, and then eventually became a thing where like the mystery is still not solved. So it's like, what the fuck happened? Like still, and then on top of that, nobody wants to, like, they don't want to like continue on with the case, and it's like they're not working hard enough. And I think it's because it's mafia related, so the cops don't want to get involved or something. But yeah, it was one of those stories. This is what I noticed about this season of Dark Side of the Ring. It's a lot of like you got to know these characters to like even appreciate the story. Like the next guy is this guy, Dr. David Schultz. Like I saw this interview. It's an interview from like the 80s where like this guy's interviewing these wrestlers, and these wrestlers are basically saying, yeah, it's all bullshit, it's all fake. When we we're bleeding, we cut a little piece of a razor, we put it here, and the guy cuts himself. He's like, yeah, and if I was sweating, it'll be all over the place. The guy's basically spilling out all the secrets, and it's because he was like blackballed by all these like territories. So he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna tell the world what it is. So this news reporter guy, like an idiot, goes backstage to like MSG for like WWE, and he's talking to a wrestler, and he's like, oh, this is all fake, right? And the guy's like, what? Fake? No. And he's protecting the business, because at that time, like, you protect the business, you don't spoil the secret. He smacked the shit out of him, yep. Like more than like a few times, So it seems like that's the big story. And then on top of that, like right after that, like when they show that Diane's Barbara Walters is talking to the guy, and she's like, oh, this is horrific that you would get hit and he hit you and blah, blah, blah. Like it's like some crazy shit. I didn't even know anything about it until like a few years ago. But that like I that's what I'm saying. Like I think this season is a lot of like, you got to know who these people are to like really get why we even care to listen to the story, Yeah.
No, all the story's been interesting. Like crazy shit been going down. My takeaway was it too. Like most of these episodes are just letting us know how big of an asshole Vince McMahon is.
Yeah, it's true, man. That guy's the devil.
Son, it's wild, man.
Mm-hmm.
Keep saying it looks like he wears pinky rings.
He's fucking paying off like feds and stuff like that, and these are all rumors. Like we don't know. I think. And then on top of that, like when it comes to wrestling, everything is kind of mystery. So it's like you kind of feel like, is it a mystery? Do they want me to think it's a mystery? Like, it becomes that kind of psychological fucking Inception type shit where it's like layers and layers of like, wait, but this could be real, this could be fake.
Yeah.
Or is this like part of the story? Is this not part of the story?
Maybe that's what he wants you to think.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even no, go ahead.
Well, I was saying, like the whole we were talking about it recently with the these guys, with the whole Macho Man and Stephanie McMahon rumor.
Yeah,
like the rumor is that Macho Man had an affair with Stephanie McMahon when she was like 17 or something, or something like that. Like they had a little fling, and that's why Vince McMahon didn't like want him back, or like didn't put him in the Hall of Fame and all this kind of shit. And then it's like, if you really think about it, that story came out in like 2004. That whole, so it was like, what makes us think that what this guy said, because this is a random guy who said this, had any kind of credibility to him? He probably just said something, and then it developed into this whole rumor, this giant rumor. Because it's like why because it's 3 times specifically where Vince McMahon wanted to bring Macho Man back, but didn't, because there was a misunderstanding with certain things. Something with like Macho Man's father, who's like a legend, who Macho Man wanted him to be part of this like Legends Battle Royal thing, and Vince McMahon said no. And then it was like a thing he wanted to put Macho Man wanted to put him, his father, and his brother, all 3 of them, in the Hall of Fame. Vince McMahon said no. So there's a bunch of shit that they wanted to bring him back, but something came about. So it's like the whole story of Stephanie and him is just like, it's just nonsense. And then on top of that, like, nobody's gonna say anything because, number one, Macho Man is dead, so he can't say anything about it. But then Stephanie's not gonna say anything about it because nobody's gonna like ask her about it. And number two, because you know, like you're not gonna be that awkward guy that's like, "Hey, did you have sex with Macho Man?" She's gonna be like, "Fuck it out of here." So like, you're not gonna be that guy. You know, that's not gonna happen. And then even if she does get answered, like she's not gonna answer truthfully. Like there's still a mystery to wrestling. It's kind of like you gotta keep some kayfabe. It's like you'll never know. Like this is what keeps you interested, if anything.
Yeah.
Keep watching to keep wanting to like figure out the truth.
Did you snap into his Slim Jim?
I'm even having thoughts with the whole Bret Hart Montreal screw job thing. Like, was it like just a big
Work?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe because the thing is, it becomes a thing where it's like there's little signs, you know, like why is it that documentary, you know, the documentary guys were there at that specific time for, you know, when he's leaving. So is it like, so right away it's like, okay, well, why are you doing this documentary? Is it because you're leaving? But no, because it doesn't start off that way. Like, you know, the documentary doesn't start off that like you're eventually leaving. It's more of like his relationship with the company and blah blah blah, and then eventually like he starts leaving. So it's like it becomes a thing where it's like they brought this documentary set and these people at this specific time, and then for just the idea of like having these people backstage is all like weird, and you know, and then the idea of like let's do this, let's do that. So it's like it could be, but at the same time, it's too many layers. There's too many people involved for it to go that perfect. You know, for it to that's what it's like. With the whole coronavirus conspiracy is like what it. So you're telling me that China, Italy, and the U.S. are all conspiring together, you know, like to get 5G and this and so it's like what?
Yeah.
It's too many people involved for it to go this perfect. And
They want to launch 5G despite all the health concerns, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's all you know. No matter what, it's always that's what I was saying. Like wrestling always gives you that question, like what if, kind of, or like who knows? So you never know.
Nah, I remember I used to watch that documentary all the time when it came out, and I remember it coming out and like he was pretty much exposing the business.
Yeah.
During that, because you saw like all this behind the scenes stuff
Mm-hmm.
with him like hanging out with other wrestlers that he supposedly hate and all this other shit. So.
Yeah. But like you know, it's still it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like the only thing that because the other it's like I said, it's all layers to things. So it's like, you know, now if you believe that the Montreal thing was fixed, then like you also believe that Vince McMahon sent Scott Hall and Kevin Nash to WCW to be this whole to be the whole NWO thing and take over and give secrets, and you know what I mean? Because there's that theory too that like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Razor Ramon, Diesel, like all these guys that were WWE guys went to WCW to like, you know, destroy them from within, you know? And then eventually the last straw was Vince Russo and that whole shit. You know what I mean? But that's the conspiracy. That's where the conspiracy theorists think that way. Because it's like, why the fuck would this all be a thing? Like, why? You know what I mean? Like, why would it be that deep? I don't think it'll be that deep, bro. You know?
Yeah. It's like, it's just...
What happened?
Like, it's just wrestling.
Yeah, it's just wrestling. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
You actually sound like Vince Russo every time we show him at the end of those documentaries. It's just wrestling. Why you mad?
Wrestling, bro. It's just wrestling.
I was like, what a sleaze bag, yeah.
Yeah, that guy, yeah.
He looks mad sleazy.
And I like that when at the beginning of the episode he's doing his podcast and he goes, I don't talk about wrestling because I'm not in wrestling and I don't want to talk about it anymore. And then like he does this documentary and it's like, what? You don't want to talk about it, but you're talking about it now.
I'm like, what is your podcast about then?
I have no idea.
Like,
I have no idea. He wrote a book and like I remember seeing him at like an autograph session and I don't think that line was like there was nobody in line. I just saw him just standing there.
Oh wow.
I'm sure there's people that like got stuff, but I just remember just being like, ugh, hate this guy. Yeah.
But yeah, you should have been, yo, so how does it feel ruining 2 companies, huh?
Yes, well, he was the thing. He was the. I think he was the beginning of that idea of having like people from pop culture, like writers from pop culture or other shit.
Yeah.
You know, because then it became a thing where the writers were like, it was trendy to have or something to have like Hollywood writers as like writing storylines. Like Freddie Prinze Jr. was a writer for WWE in 2007.
Really?
You know, yeah. So
Wow.
it was like, you know what I mean?
I
Like
did
that's
not know that.
that. Yeah. Like he talked about he was on a conference call, right? But he was playing World of Warcraft, and like he didn't notice that like his computer wasn't muted, so he like did a move or something, and his like dwarf made a noise or something, and Vince McMahon was like, "What the hell was that?" You know. So he's like, he got caught playing World of Warcraft by Vince McMahon during a conference call.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like it became a thing where like I think they wanted to break off from wrestling and be more entertainment. But at that time it was 2007 to 2010ish, 9, 10ish. It was just a horrible transition because that's when they started going PG. So things started being like different, and then all the characters and wrestlers they had were just, I don't know. It was just bad timing. Like the guys that were too old were too old, but they were keeping up their spot, and the guys that were young were just crappy, but it you know, and they sucked. But it was also like because these guys were holding them down, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just a bad little era, you know. But then after that, like it became a thing. Right at 2010 and till now, it became like the new era where it's like all the young guys started coming up and making new stars with the whole NXT thing. But yeah.
Yeah. Throw it up the X. Interesting.
NXT.
Yeah.
Here.
Damn, I was gonna say something about that too, but I forgot. Nope. I'm a little high, guys.
I understand. I understand your pain.
Yeah. So, Fred, you got anything to talk about?
Not much.
Oh, Final Fantasy
Oh
VII.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
right. They recently released Final Fantasy VII, and from what I hear, they play the end boss theme from when you fight Sephiroth in the original game in the first part of the story. At some point,
Was
the
was
Sephiroth song.
Sephiroth in the story at that point?
Oh yeah, like before they leave Midgard, Sephiroth shows up and talks to Cloud about something. I don't know what.
What did that happen in the original game?
Nah. I think in the original game, Cloud just sees like a vision of Sephiroth, but not actual Sephiroth.
Hmm.
Like you see signs of Sephiroth around, but never actually him.
Now the story is that they used to work together, some shit like that, right?
Yeah. Like Cloud was just like a grunt, and Sephiroth was like the best soldier ever, or whatever.
Okay.
It's a good story, man. I really hope they
So
don't
I
fuck it up when they
And
complete
didn't
it.
Cloud like wasn't Cloud like he disguised himself as a guard or something like that to be part of like I think Sephiroth's like guards or something like that.
Yeah, Sephiroth was like the head of that elite group, and Cloud told people that he was like Sephiroth's right hand man when he was like just actually a regular soldier, a grunt. And he was actually pretending to be another guy who was actually Sephiroth's right hand man, Zack, who was the original wielder of the Buster Sword, that giant sword that Cloud wields. So throughout the whole game, you believe that Cloud was in that position, and little by little, you learn that he was actually lying, and that he's like some just insecure dude.
Wow.
So he's insecure dudes.
Yeah.
So how he went up the sword?
By the end of the story, Sephiroth goes crazy, and he kills everybody in Cloud's hometown. And Cloud goes to face him, and he sees that Zack was beaten by Sephiroth, and he finds his sword, and he takes his sword, and he ends up impaling Sephiroth with it and throwing him down like this pit. But nobody like hears about that. They just assume Sephiroth just like somehow died or whatever. They don't know it was Cloud who did that to him. And Cloud tried to escape with Zack, and they were rounded up by Shinra soldiers. And Zack was executed, but he was able to help Cloud get away, and Cloud was able to get away with the sword.
Oh,
Yeah, really dope story.
yeah, sounds dope.
Yeah.
Intense as hell.
It's really dark, man. Like if you replay
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII, they have some dark ass themes, man.
Yeah, I remember some of those. So I didn't find out so recently. Like they're like releasing the game in bits.
Yeah.
It's not even a complete game.
Supposedly it's gonna be three bits. Like the first part is the whole Midgar thing from the beginning to when they escape Midgar.
Okay.
I don't know about the second and third parts, but
Isn't the second part where he's like turned into he dresses like a girl and stuff like that?
oh no, that's Midgar.
Oh, okay.
So the first
Happens
game
in
they
Midgar?
just released, that's gonna have the cross-dressing stuff. Which I'm
Wow.
super
Oh yeah,
excited
that's right.
for.
That's right. That's before they left that thing, right?
Yeah, they're adding extra stuff to the cross-dressing.
They got into the cross-dressing early in the game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a K-pop shit?
Yeah, it's like some weird. He does some weird
BTS.
dance with some guy who's helping him.
It's androgynous.
Yeah.
Don't
Mhm.
worry about it.
Yeah, you know how anime
Like
heroes
his
are.
prince. It's all good.
Most anime heroes, at least, are androgynous.
That's why the ladies love him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's true.
I don't
K-pop
know.
boys.
I don't know why.
Maybe that's like the furthest they'll go, like to try some girl on girl action.
Yeah.
Like just like
Closest they get to being with a girl without it actually being gay.
being a girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't want to go that extra
It's not all the way gay.
mile. They went
Not
over
all the
JJ.
way.
They don't want that but JJ.
You just go straight for Cloud.
They want something. Oh, he got smooth skin, but he has
Spiky
a penis.
Oh, man.
And when he's
I
happy,
don't know.
he
That's
swings his
probably
sword.
that's probably a thing for some people. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who,
Maybe.
no judgment here. I just don't know.
A lot of the girls in our high school like that. Those type of guys.
Yeah.
Did they ever tell you why though? They just found him attractive.
I think it's it's just an Asian obsession. It's the, like it's that,
Yeah.
and I think it's I don't know. I feel like it's an obsession of like anime and like that culture.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know, and I think it might be because it's almost like comfortable to be androgynous, and kids today now, especially, like all the friends that I know that were like into that or into like all that, like, and I mean like super into anime to the point where it's like they're dressing up like little Japanese girls, even though they're clearly
A man.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they all have that like they all have that obsession. Like they were all friends with like the Asian and stuff like that. Like like
Yeah.
sorry, I love them. They're my friends. But
But
that's what they did, and they
they
just I
thirst
don't know,
buckets.
but they liked it. They just like that culture. That
Yeah. They're still kawaii.
what?
Kawaii means cute in Japanese.
It means what?
Cute. Oh, look at this shirt. It's so kawaii.
Oh man.
We all had that one black friend that was really into it, just a bag of Japanese girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is how. Look, girl, I made sushi fresh, my own hands.
They went out of their way to buy those big silk anime shirts.
Or like the anime pillows that like are like giant and like look
Oh,
like
the waifus.
Yeah.
You choose the anime girl you like and put her on a pillow.
Oh man,
yeah.
those pillows are getting violated every night, probably.
Oh yeah, you know it, man.
There's like a poor man's sex doll.
Since they can't afford the actual sex doll, I guess, or a prostitute.
Let me
Get
just get a
those.
body pillow with some anime character on it.
So weird.
I guess they like fold it and
Probably just cut a hole in it, man.
Oh yeah, they could cut a hole in it too.
So, he's like, I bought this for one thing, not for sleeping.
They heat up lentils and like plastic bags.
Oh, some big mouth shit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Oh shit.
Yo, that show.
No, but those guys actually marry those. I've seen like guys having wedding ceremonies with their pillows,
Yeah.
their anime girl pillows. And they didn't even choose good anime girls too.
So it was some random ones.
Like some
It's
cat
always
girl or
weird.
some shit like that.
Yeah, it's always weird. The people
Yeah.
who are into that are not into like the normal shit.
No,
Like,
they're
into
not
the
like
weird-
the normal looking, I could go with at least type chick. There's always like some
Yeah.
cat girl with like rainbow ears or some shit like that. I don't know.
There has to be some horn somewhere.
Oh,
Like she's
yeah.
a demon.
actual paws.
A tail with like
Paws.
a whip or at the end of it, some
Mhm.
shit. I don't know.
And actual like cat ears with like
Mhm.
a human head, which makes you think like what's on the side here.
I think the older we got, we were like, damn, people got some weird ass kinks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Remember what I said? Animaniacs started first
Furries.
with the Minerva
With the
Minks. Minerva Mink.
Oh, and Chicken Boo.
Chicken Boo. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Guys
always
wanna
like,
bang chickens.
yeah, he was always married or getting married to like a girl, and like this beginning of the relationship.
yeah.
They call those guys chicken peggers.
Oh.
Chicken Pegger.
I'm just getting over the fact I just remembered Chicken Boo. And now again, chicken peggers at the same time.
Remember that South Park episode of Chicken Lover?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, how
There's
can that be a
probably
kink?
somebody out there right now doing something to a chicken like that.
Yeah, you're gonna
at this moment.
bend down, pick up a chicken from the floor, and hold it like this, and just go to town.
Oh, that's abuse.
Yo, what is that poor chicken thinking?
Chicken lover.
What are you doing? I'm food.
Oh man.
Um,
So none of us go from chicken funky to back to Final Fantasy VII.
How did we go from Final Fantasy to chicken fucking? That's great.
That's how
No,
we
there's
roll,
chicken fucking
man.
Final Fantasy 7 though.
No.
If you
Yeah,
count chocobo raising and all that.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't get crazy with the chocobo in this one. Don't take it up a notch.
Hopefully they still have that thing where you have to like raise the perfect chocobo to like go to this
Oh, yeah.
island to get the best summon.
That was the thing with the game was like even the mundane like dumb shit was always fun to play anyway.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Remember
even
the
that
weapons
casino.
after you do everything, like those 3 monsters come out and you have to like beat all of them and they're like impossible.
Yeah.
That game was so good.
Hope they don't change too much about it. That whole Sephiroth theme thing it's kind of whack.
Yeah, that blew my mind in the beginning.
Because like you said earlier, it's like it builds up to it throughout the game.
Yeah.
Like every time Cloud would talk about Sephiroth, that was always,
And that's a song everybody remembers from Final Fantasy VII, the Sephiroth song.
hell yeah. Fucking
Even
menacing.
if you never played Final Fantasy VII, you've heard that song before.
Yeah.
You think that they're like, I don't know, they're trying to get, like, familiarize make it where it's like that's his theme song. So when you hear that, like, it's like he's near type of thing. Like the
I
way,
hope not.
I don't know.
Maybe
You know what I mean?
I'll
Like-
just play
like-
for that one little instance and save it
Yeah.
all to the end.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like maybe it was just like a little thing because they kind of previewing, hey, there's a guy Sephiroth, and like, and then eventually like the whole song will play like at the end.
Yeah, probably for
Maybe.
his first appearance they played, I guess. For the gravitas.
Yeah.
and they save it.
Even then, like you play like a good amount of the game before you even get to see him. Like,
Yeah. You in the
so
original you don't see him at all in Midgar. I don't think so.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It kind of ruined that whole mysterious,
Yeah.
you know, vibe to him.
The only
So you-
actually from what I remember, the only time you hear about him or see him, anything related to him in Midgar is when you see his sword in President Shinra's back when you find out that he's dead.
Mm,
That part was cool.
nice.
Yeah.
You think that's what I was saying? Like, I was gonna say like, uh, shit. Like it's like you think it's just for I don't know, just kind of like just to preview to show, hey, this is because like everybody knows who Sephiroth is already.
Yeah.
So like if you don't know who he is, it's kind of like, what are you doing? But like it's a new, to people who don't never played it, they're gonna be, I guess surprised by it. But I think you think it's just more related or they wanted to show it to like people who already know the story. Like it was going to like give them their little like hey, this is Sephiroth is coming. Like I don't know.
I think they're just blowing their load really because in the original game in the beginning you just hear about him like you're like who's the Sephiroth guy that they keep talking about, this legendary soldier or whatever, and then later on in Midgar you find out that he fucking killed the President Shinra. You're like, oh shit, this guy is real, but you still haven't seen him yet. You don't really know what he's about until Cloud tells you the story about when he went to his hometown with Sephiroth, when he was telling the lie about how he was a right hand man.
Yeah. Okay.
And throughout the whole game, you're chasing Sephiroth, and like you find bits and pieces of like his activity, but you don't really run into him until like halfway through this 2 or something.
I don't know, I feel like they were just trying to cater to the who already know the story.
Yeah, they're
Probably.
definitely catering to the fans who knows like, oh, it's Sephiroth, he's coming.
Yeah.
And
That's-
most likely.
Yeah. I don't know.
And you haven't played it yet, right?
I haven't played it yet. No, I'm gonna wait.
So all three of them are up.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till everything is out. I want to play the whole thing from beginning to end. I'm really hoping they get everything in there, man. Even like remember the date in the gold saucer?
No.
So like depending on how you treat your party members, you go to this place that's like kind of a Las Vegas or Dave and Buster's type of city.
Okay.
And while your party is there, they stay there overnight. And in the middle of the night, you go out on a date with one of your party members. And usually it's either going to be Tifa or Aerith. But you could also make it, if you're good enough, Barrett or Yuffie. Barrett's a big black guy.
Okay. Oh, with the machine gun arm.
Yeah. Add some spice to that date night.
Yeah. And in the date, Cloud takes whoever it is that he ends up with in like a little romantic ride throughout the gold saucer. And when he's there with Barrett, Barrett's like, "What the hell you got me up here for, Cloud? What the fuck? What is this?"
You know I got a wife and a kid.
I'm tired. I can't be here right now.
I got kids' feet.
Yeah.
Guys running around giant ass chocobo.
When I was playing, I got Tifa.
Nice.
Tifa. Of course, everybody goes for
Everybody wanted
Tifa.
Tifa.
Come here,
Why?
girl.
Why?
Why specifically Tifa?
She's the hotter
Big
one.
boobs.
Between her and Aerith, she had the short skirt and the
The big
tiny
boobs.
top and the big boobs.
Tigo bitties.
Them big old bitties.
They go
Back
big.
then with that crappy CG.
They were like even bigger than.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were comically big back then.
Listen,
There's like this one
Dude.
scene where like they're in their airship and something like shoots out of like a volcano type thing and it like makes the airship kind of fall sideways. And you see Tifa there like, ah, with her boobs all over the place flying.
oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Wow.
This is the problem having like PlayStation when you're like going through puberty. You notice all that shit.
Oh yeah, that's stuck in the back of my head for the rest of my life.
Right? Do they really move like that?
Like, wow, I love PlayStation. I love Final Fantasy. It's my favorite game now.
Yo, to this day, I don't know how dudes were getting off of Tomb Raider though, because I was like, yo, them shit's a two.
Yeah.
Those are two horrible rendered.
Even back then, it was like I wasn't feeling Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Hey, some people just get into it.
Yeah, some people were all about Crash Bandicoot. The furries.
It's like finally a game for us.
Oh man, that Bandicoot in his jean shorts.
That Sonic was a little too vanilla for me.
Yo, don't get me started on the Sonic fan base. Have you been hearing shit about that?
Nah.
If you look up Sonic the Hedgehog in Google, you're gonna see a lot of messed up fan art. Like there's a lot of weird Sonic porn online. Whoops. My Google thing turned on and it looked up Sonic.
Oh. They're listening. Your Google phone's like, oh, Fred's about to get real freaky tonight.
That wasn't on purpose.
Yes.
No, there's a lot of weird ass Sonic porn online.
Damn.
Like I saw one where like Tails was pregnant, even though Tails is a boy.
Oh yeah, I seen that one.
Yeah.
These are people that ship people.
Yes, but these are weird ships, like Sonic and Tails,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
or like
There's like
You
some.
see a lot of like Zoro and Luffy and like
oh yeah, I've seen those.
Sasuke and Naruto and this.
Or like Knuckles with a human body banging Dr. Robotnik.
Okay.
You know, there's actually fan friction of people shipping MCU Spider-Man and Iron Man together, and I'm like, who's the pedo writing this shit?
Yeah. That's
Like,
a
come
weird
on, dude.
dad and son thing.
Yeah.
Not about that.
Yeah.
Like you did like the comic, all right, Peter's a grown ass man already, but you're choosing this Peter Parker who's like a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dudes always get ragged on when they try to post shit on Twitter, and they're like, "Yo, you're a fucking pedo, get out!" Like,
They both had like serious, like, yo, I really think this will work.
they love each other so much. You saw it in the
Yeah.
movies. I'm
Make
like,
sure
yeah,
Iron
father
Man's
and
too big
son.
enough for the both of them.
They come here when it's cozy. They be
My
going.
chest
They be
opens,
going
give
into
me
work
space for you.
in that Hulkbuster outfit. Yeah, people are sick, man.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
A lot of messed up fans out there.
Yeah.
So, how much is that time?
We're at 1 hour and 31 minutes.
Say it's a good podcast.
Yeah.
What you guys think?
Definitely.
For those people out there watching us on Twitch, thanks for listening. And
13 people.
13, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I'll take that.
All 13 of y'all.
Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah.
watching. And those who are about to listen on the podcast, like always, opinions like assholes. Everyone has one. And we're just a couple assholes with some opinions. Thanks for listening, guys.
Good night.
Yeah. Drop it all sexy on them, right?
Tune in tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.